in a nutshell, and we can get into this later. I'm not going to expound upon this any more than just to provide context of what she said here, just in case it wasn't clear to you. What she said is, Fa started liking her. She didn't like Fa. Fa stopped liking her. She started liking Fa. By that time, Fa was already looking at her as a sister. Pause. At what point exactly was that? Because I was here for June and July and August, and we were all here for September and October. So I'm gonna get straight into the Woody one. I'm gonna get straight into this one. I'm not gonna get too deep into this and my thoughts on this just right now. We can talk about that during the discussion after I do the second Englot reaction. All right. With that being said, Charlotte and Ingfa real status has been revealed during Woody FM on stage. Let's get straight to the video. I know some of y'all was sick when y'all seen them clips. I know some of y'all was sick over these clips, bro. God dang, Charlotte. Charlotte got legs for days, bro. Yeah, I love Pop when she wears that straight long black hair. She used to sing this song, that's why I like it. Not her mouthing it back to her. Ooh, yeah, I can't wait to say what I'm about to say. I can't wait to tell you. That's why I'm hitting my vape now, because I need to relax. So Charlotte's song that she wanted P5 to sing to her was Heal My Heart. Wait, what was the rest of that? She, I'm about to say she had that answer ready. Like, she didn't have to think about that at all. She didn't. Now, did they know the questions beforehand? Did she know? Did they know the questions that they were going to be being asked beforehand? Because she had that answer ready to go.
ชื่อว่าชื่ออะไรนะชื่ออูนิเหรอก็ได้นะชื่ออูนิ
Uni. That's the third baby's name is gonna be Uni.
ที่มาคืออะไรไม่ทำไม
What's with the red name? I don't even know. I have no context for that. Bro, that curtain is dropping slow as hell, dog. Look at Five. Five's so stupid. Five is so dramatic. She's so extra. She's so extra, dog. I love it. Red name is Dang. Okay, Dang means red. Okay. Oh, that was a fan question. Okay. So they didn't know about the questions beforehand. Okay, good. Baby girl was going through it the day before that, the day of. Going through it. I know y'all, I don't have much to say because this part is not being interpreted and this is just her sitting with the fans, y'all. So that's why I don't have a lot to say. Not to mention I am going to elaborate in the conversation that we're going to have after I do the second Englot reaction. So don't worry, I have plenty to say, just not right now.
เรายืนไหมข้างหลังก็ได้บัตรโซเอาภายในแบบก่อนเริ่มงานด้วยนะคะขอบคุณพลังเรายืนไหมข้างหลังก็ได้
I like that jacket everybody got on, that little vest. It's like something you would find in a space shuttle, but I like it. I dig it. Or a submarine. Not trying to make a woman at the way she handed her the star stuffed toy, the way she gave the star stuffed toy to her. She just gave it to her. She just gave it to her. Was that like a photo picture or something like that? Taking pictures? That's what it looks like. If I talking about some Happy New Year already, if I'm about to disappear on y'all ass, y'all ain't gonna know where I at. Y'all gonna have an idea, but y'all ain't gonna really know. She about to disappear, bro. She already talking about Happy New Year.
ก็สวัสดีปีใหม่ล่วงหน้ารวมถึง Merry Christmas รวมถึงลอยกระท
is so cute.
สุขสันต์วันเกิดด้วยใครเกิดวันนี้นั่งเมื่อกี้
It's giving chic inflatable vest. Yeah, I love Fa with the long hair. Oh, look at them. Not by hugging herself. She's so irritating. Such an Aquarius shit. That's such an Aquarius thing to do, bro. Nobody's gonna love me more than me, I swear. I'm not gonna love anybody more than I love myself either. Yeah, let's watch some of their important conversation. Okay, so you can pause for here to read. Do you know the future, the true nature of each other yet? Ingvar stunned. Charlotte says, in moderation, any stories that can be shared will be shared. And Fa says, similarly, there are things that we both know and don't know. We don't go out together often. They've said this before. They said this several times. Can I call you baby? Can you be? Let me see. It says, usually we meet at the events, whether it's with foreigners or people from other provinces, but this event is so big on TikTok and Twitter. People keep tweeting. I never thought people would support us this much. When we were in Japan and USA, we slept together sometimes. When we were there, we felt so close to each other. But then when we're back in Thailand, if we don't see each other for a day, it's like we're not close at all. We don't talk at all. It's funny. It's funny that she compared the Japan trip to the USA trip. Let me just. And she said, we slept together sometimes, and when we were there, we felt very close to each other. Okay. So she's comparing Japan and the USA and saying that those trips are similar in how close they got to each other. And I just want to check something real quick. Let me see. I know that the June trip was in or the USA trip was in June, May, June. And they went to Japan. They went to Japan. Yep, here it says they went to. Okay, so they went to Japan on November 15th, November 16th, and today is the 26th. So that was 10 days ago. So 10 days ago, Englot were as close as Englot were in Japan, and they were as close in Japan as they were in the USA. Okay. 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 Okay, fine. Okay. Okay. This is only my opinion, but this is also just my interpretation. I am not adding words. I am only contextualizing what she is saying based on what I know about these trips and based on what she said in the past and what she said just right in this moment. When we were in Japan and the USA, we slept together sometimes. When we were there, we felt so close to each other. But when we're back in Thailand, if we don't see each other for a day, it's like we're not close at all. We don't talk at all. Okay. Okay. What do you usually talk about what do you usually talk to each other about the most? Future paths. Have you ever thought about what P5 will do in 5 years or 10 years? And she asked me back as well. Okay, so They talked about their futures, not together. Just they talk. That's what they talk. They talk about their respective futures. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I have spoken to women before. I saw her on live and thought, oh, this kid is cute. She's talking about when she first saw Charlotte and she has a rabbit. Then there's the Englot. There's this one live. Someone donated $100,000 for a kiss and they actually transferred it. And my heart was pounding so hard. Today we didn't make an appointment or decided what we'll wear, but it isn't strange that we're wearing the same color. This is what we call destiny. Yeah, so once again, they were just saying how they did not plan what to wear. And just once again, you know, they seem to, you know, even when they're apart, they seem to always end up landing somewhere within the same vicinity of thought. It's just interesting. It's just interesting. It's just interesting. It's just interesting. When she encounters problems, it's like, oh, I'm still here, but I didn't rush in to be there. Maybe she doesn't know if I'm here with her or not, but truthfully, I'm always right beside her. Englot's impact on Char. How is it when she... Very nice. I haven't heard her perform like this because I grew up in a foreign household until I met P5. Is there anything you observe from her? It's about work. She's smart, hardworking, and always pushes herself. So I took all the good things and used it to push myself higher. I'm so glad you made time to see me. Do you have a lot on your mind? I do. I have to think carefully sometimes. I can't take it. Yeah, this was deep when Fa was talking about wanting to unalive herself due to just some of the things that she's faced since becoming a public figure. And it's unfortunate that both of them, these beautiful women and these beautiful souls and their beautiful hearts, you know, and their beautiful love story, whatever kind of love story it is and has been and will continue to be, it has been marred by the expectations of others and the malice and the discontent and the hatred that certain individuals who are strangers to these people and are normally faceless and nameless cowards on the internet just want to force their opinions and their narratives on these two women, and it's unfortunate. And I mean that goes either way. Even if you want them to be together, forcing a narrative on them and expecting your expectations to be what governs their choices and decisions is just it's fanciful and it's borderline insane, because that's just, they're not Sims characters. They're not avatars in a video game. You know what I mean? Like they're real people. They're real humans, and it doesn't matter what you want for them. They're going to choose what they want for each other. They're going to choose what they want for themselves. And you just got to deal with it. Because they should never feel like this. This is crazy. This is crazy. I haven't seen them in a while. Are you an overthinker? Yeah, she's an Aquarius for sure. I am too. I have to think carefully and be conscious all the time. This point makes me see myself as a 24-year-old, but being pushed to be older than my age, sometimes I can't take it. Yeah, putting a lot, expecting her to live up to an experience and level of wisdom that she has not yet encountered at her age, you know, just because of her popularity or just because of the stage or the platform she has. It's unfair. But that's why people in the limelight tend to grow up quicker, because the moment you put yourself out there, they don't care what your age is. They're going to judge everybody on the same level, whether you be a kid, or whether you be an adult. Kids get judged just as harshly as adults, especially in this day and age. People don't have no sympathy for you if you're a 24-year-old or if you're 44 or 84. You know what I'm saying? They're going to treat you the same. They're going to look at you the same. They're going to judge you the same. What's your worst point? I don't want to be here anymore. It's not that I don't want to live in this world. I don't want to be here where I am. I'm just a 24-year-old kid following her dreams, doing my best to grow. Even if I fall, it's too hard sometimes. Damn. I wasn't born to support anyone's emotions. I know that's right. Sometimes I feel like being here is too difficult. I want to go back to my father, but I can't go back because I have to work. I can't give up. That's right. That's right, boo. It don't matter. It does not matter how hard it gets. There is always going to be a group of naysayers. There are always going to be people who are going to accuse you and who are going to assume that they know you. They are going to assassinate or try to malign your character, and you just have to go, so even if they convince some people to turn their backs on you, you just got to go, so I know who I am, and that's enough. I know who I am, and that's enough. That's it. She's getting there. She's getting there, though. I'm so confused by this couples communication thing. Oh, Woody, are you? Are you, Woody? Because so the fuck are we, bro. So are we. Woody asked him to perform a kissing scene. If I kiss Charlotte, it's like you're kissing a pet dog. I want a kiss. Kiss for the third time. Let's go. Damn, Woody. Woody said, I want a kiss. I believe it's something that everyone wants to know. At first, she really liked me. Okay, so here's where Charlotte breaks it down, y'all. If this is what you wanted to know, what was going on with Englot, where they are, what is their current status, here's Charlotte being who Charlotte is and just laying it all on the line. I believe it's something that everyone wants to know. At first, she really liked me, referring to Fa. At first, Fa really liked Charlotte, but I didn't like her back because I'm not into girls. So she stopped liking me. Then I drifted to a point where I was weak and I began to feel some type of way towards her. But her heart doesn't think of us in that way. And so it's better for us to be sisters like this. I have made up in my mind and moved on to the status we placed. Why don't you wait for P5? It's not that I didn't wait, but I'd rather go down this path with P5. So, in a nutshell, and we can get into this later, I'm not going to expound upon this anymore than just to provide context of what she said here, just in case it wasn't clear to you. What she said is, Fa started liking her, she didn't like Fa. Fa stopped liking her, she started liking Fa. By that time, Fa was already looking at her as a sister. Pause. At what point exactly was that? Because I was here for June and July and August, and we were all here for September and October. I'm not saying that she's lying. I'm saying that when we hear them say something and we also know the timeline, no, we don't know 100% of what happened between them behind the scenes. Of course not. But for the sake of context, I think we all have a general idea of the nature of Englot's relationship in between June and September, at least, at minimum of this year. And I throw October in as like a side dish. But at least from June to September. So when she says that I liked her, or no, she liked me, but I didn't like her, and then I liked her, but she didn't like me, at what point was that where Fa didn't like Charlotte back? Because at some point it seemed like they liked each other back at the same time. Because if I'm listening to this, it sounds like they never liked each other at the same time. But when I think about, isn't like you know what I'm saying? Like when I think about June to September of this year. Okay, so anyway, she says, I'll let her have that. Fa liked her. She didn't like Fa. Fa stopped liking her. She started to like Fa. Fa was like, nah, I think we should just be friends. Charlotte said, okay, I'll wait. But Fa's feelings never changed. So Charlotte said, well, I tried to wait, but I can't wait any longer. I'm young. I just want to be with somebody. I want to move on. And so that's what she's done. And so the nature of their relationship now is what it is, that they consider themselves to be sisters, co-workers, I assume friends. They know that they have this attraction. They know that they both loved each other at some point, but apparently not at the same point. And that has, I don't want to stop this because it is towards the end of this, but I don't want to jump ahead of myself. But so you both know that you're capable of falling in love with each other. You both have fallen in love with each other. You just fell in love with each other at different times, and you're both just gonna and be okay with just having missed, like, you know that you can fall in love with her and she knows you can fall in, but you just didn't quite make those two ends connect, and so you're just both gonna leave the plugs on. I mean, to each his own. You know, some people can do that. They can almost find the greatest love that they've ever had, and it just doesn't work out, and they just go, okay. The writer in me just but her heart doesn't think of us in that way. It's better to be sisters like this. I have made up my mind to move on. Why don't you wait for P5? It's not that I didn't wait, but I'd rather go down this path with P5, being sisters and things of that nature. And then why should I wait? I have been rejected. She's like, why should I wait when I've been rejected? I want everyone to know, no matter what the status there is, I will be happy with everything P5 does. So, she said, why would I wait when basically she's already been told no? You know, she's already been told that, P5 doesn't feel that way for her. I got a lot I'm going to say about that a little bit later, but, because I know people have their opinions and they think what they want to think and what they want to know. So I'm not here to try to change anybody's mind, but I will say this real quick about this part. Now I'll elaborate on this a little bit later, but Fa has been telling Charlotte for a while that they could be together, but this just wasn't the time. That they could be together, but adjustments had to be made. That there was 100% chance that they could be together, but it just couldn't happen now. And Charlotte has been adamant that she's willing to risk it all. She wanted to risk it all. She didn't care about the fallout. She wanted it now because what she felt was so strong, And if I'm P5 and I hear Charlotte say, because she did say this, if I'm P5 and I hear Charlotte say, I'll wait, and whenever you say you're ready, I'll be waiting. Charlotte said that. Y'all remember that? I want y'all to know. I need to see y'all say that y'all remember that, so y'all don't think I'm making this up. Who remembers when Charlotte said that? I think it was during the first J. Kim interview when she had, maybe it was that one, or maybe it was in the live that she did afterwards. But I feel like she had that multicolored jean outfit or something on. I could be wrong, but I know she said it. She said that she would wait for P5, and that whenever P5 said that she was ready, that Charlotte would be there. Does anybody else remember that? I need to know that y'all heard that before I move on, and y'all be like, you make that up because I don't remember her saying that shit. That don't sound like nothing I ever heard her say. Okay, so general consensus is everyone remembers Charlotte saying, I will wait for you. She said, so whenever you're ready, you just give me the word. And I'm paraphrasing, obviously, but that's what she said in a nutshell. I will wait for you. Whenever you're ready, just tell me and I will be here ready. Right? Okay. So hold on. Yeah, it's not just about waiting. It's about making sure Char is sure. Yeah, and so hold on. We're not even getting into that. See, you're getting ahead of me. I'm not even getting into that. The point that I am trying to make is that what she was, if I'm P5 and I hear Charlotte say that, okay? If I'm P5 and I hear Charlotte say that, but I also know that Charlotte, to your point, may still not be sure, She is still very young. She is still very impulsive. And she is going to want and need to go out and handle her needs, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? She's a vibrant, young 24-year-old woman. And if it's too messy for us to engage in any type of physical situation because of the emotional stuff we got going on, but she tells me that she will wait for me, but I know that's not probably something that she will really be willing to do, and that might end up hurting us even more if she sits and waits for me. If I know that we can't be together right now, then I'll tell her I don't have feelings for you in that way. I'll tell you that I don't love you in that way. I'll tell you that I don't have romantic feelings for you in that way, even if I do. I'll tell you that because that'll get you to move on. If I keep telling you there's 100% chance we can be together, if I keep telling you that we just got to make adjustments, if I keep telling you it can't be right now, but it could be in some time, then you're gonna stay right here, and you're gonna keep, anytime we have a moment, we're gonna keep going through this same cycle over and over and over again, where we get close, and because I keep telling you that there's a chance, then when we get close, you forget that we can't be together right now, and you start to press me for us to be together right now, and then we fall out, and we're not together right now, and then we get put in an event, and then we come together, and then we get together right now, and then we have our moment, and then we fall out, and then because we've seen the Englot cycle. And so if the only way I can pull out of this, regardless of what I feel for you, is to tell you that I don't feel anything for you in that way anymore. So what I'm saying is, Foss said that Japan and the USA were comparable. They got close. But when they come home, that was only 10 days ago. Technically less than 10 days ago, because it was the 16th through the 18th. So it was more like 7 to 10 days ago. So that was a week, literally a week ago. 1 week ago. 1 week ago, Fa and Charlotte were like this, according to what Fa said. When they were on live in Japan, and Foss and Charlotte said, "Oh, look who misses me." I showed it. Fa damn near broke her neck trying to see who was on the phone with Charlotte. She still gets jealous and still has moments of possessiveness. They still were showing possessiveness, and that I'm not saying that they don't both have somebody in their life that they're talking to. That's not what I'm saying. Y'all do understand that you can have somebody occupying your time and still have somebody occupying your heart. Please tell me that y'all are mature enough to have been in a situation that complicated before. Please tell me that y'all have been in dating world long enough to have experienced a situation like that, where you got somebody who you kicking it with, you spending time with, because they're easy. Being with this person is easy. The person you want to be with, you can't be with, so you just got to be like, we just got to chalk this up to what it is, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do this over on the side. I'm going to just have to do this. This is a lot easier for me to do. You're not still crying. You're not still shedding tears over somebody. You're not finna tell me that you over somebody and you still shedding tears. You're not finna tell me that you over somebody and you still where's time when you liked her, then you don't know it now. And then she comes in at a point where I am most vulnerable. There was a time when P5 came to my live and called me to hang out. I began to be shaken by her, but at that time, her heart didn't feel anything more than that. It wasn't a rejection, but she said it's better for us to be sisters like this, believe me. So then I had to move on because I couldn't be what I wanted to be. All y'all heard was move on. All y'all saw was pictures of her and some dude floating around the internet. And y'all was like, she never liked her. She's always been about the DICK. It's never been real to her. Who cares that she came out on September 9th? That wasn't real. That was just her bullshitting around. That was straight fan service. I can't stand her. This, that, and the third. Look at what she did to Bob. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. So then I moved on because it couldn't be what I wanted it to be. All y'all heard was the move on. Y'all didn't hear the second part. Because it couldn't be what I wanted it to be. Bro, this shit is so unfinished that let me just this shit is so unfinished, dog. Like this shit is so unfinished. Anyway, so I moved on from the status where we left it. It's not that like it's not like why don't you wait for P5? Why don't you give yourself time? I just feel like I can go on like this with her in this path better. That's pretty self-explanatory, but basically what she's saying is it'll be easier for the both of us if I have someone in my life and she has someone in her life, and yet we still have this safe zone, this safety net that is Englot, which is what Fa said in the March 15th live when she said no matter what, if they both have somebody in their life, that Englot would always be their safe zone. But I have a question to the people in their life. Y'all cool with that? Y'all cool with that? Y'all cool with the them shooting another drama or 2 or 3 together? Y'all cool with them? I mean, I guess because you know some celebrity couples, you know, both are actresses and actors, and you know they yeah. But I mean, maybe that consistent partner. And see, maybe it's one thing to know that your partner is acting with someone who they have great chemistry with. It's something else to know that your partner is acting with someone who they had great chemistry with, and both of each other were at one point in love with each other. Whether they were in love with each other at the same time or not, they were both in love with each other. And they have an amazing, amazing chemistry. I just that's just the question I have. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that it's not possible. And if you're desperate enough just because you want to be with Fa, or if you're desperate enough just because you want to be with Charlotte, you'll take whatever that comes with it. If you know that means that you just gonna have to, Englot just gonna have to be there, and you gonna have to fall secondary to Englot at any given time. But you just so pressed to be with Fa, so you'll take that. Or you just so pressed to be with Charlotte, so you'll take that. More power to you. Couldn't be me. More power to you, though. No matter what status it is, I'm happy to see her grow. I am happy and never thought of comparing, never thought of that. Well, we know you're not competing with her or anything like that. But it's funny that you keep going back to that no matter what the status, no matter what status it is. Like, we already know, you already said what status it is, so you don't have to keep saying no matter what status it is. Like, we get that. But that just tells me that it does leave room that you don't know what the there's still wiggle room in that status, isn't there? That's okay. That's okay. They gotta figure it out. It's okay. The first flight that will fly, would you take it? So this was them talking about if Charlotte was a pilot, and if Charlotte was a pilot for the first time, would Fa get on the plane? And Fa said yes. And then it was funny. It says like today hold on, and that actually went on. So let me explain that pilot thing, the plane thing. So basically what the plane thing was, they asked her like 2 or 3 times, would she get on the plane with Charlotte if it was Charlotte's first time to fly. And then P. Woody was like, well, what if he was like, but if the plane, he's like, yeah, but what if the plane crashes or whatever like that? And Charlotte was like, yeah, nah. She was like, you can't go. She told Fa, like, no, you can't go, because if the plane crashes, she said they'll only lose me, but at least they'll still have you. And then Fa said every time she still was like, whether the plane crashes or not, she said, I'm going with new, basically. So I thought that was sweet. But then here, like today, I'm still wondering if she's ready for me to go in, or does she want to be alone? So maybe this is about the issue about CL. Yeah. So this was, JAMX. I think that's, so Charlotte was going through, once again, she was being linked with another guy. And pictures were going around, and they were saying that this was her boyfriend and everything like that. And it's very possible. I don't know if that's what she was referencing. It doesn't seem like JAMX does, but we can speculate and say that Fa may have wanted to be there for Charlotte in this moment. But she probably didn't know how to approach Charlotte and be supportive of her in this moment, and didn't know if Charlotte wanted her to, you know, come and console her, or if she just wanted to be left alone. So you could just ask. You could just ask. They, bruh. You've traveled together to many places. What's the best memory that you won't forget? Fa said, for me, it's Japan. It answers my question. I like cold weather. It's a short trip, but we went with the P-Pang's team, which was very pleasant. Now, I didn't see that in context. But if I am reading this sentence as it if I am reading Fa's answer as it is presented grammatically to me, then Fa said, you've traveled together to many places. What's the best memory that you won't forget? And Fa said, it for me is Japan. It answers my question. What question? Because the only time I remember Fa bringing up Japan was when she was talking about taking her lover there. Way back in baby Englot days. Krishan, would you say sometimes time is the only thing that can finish writing the story? Yeah, exactly. With all their actions and words and those, yeah, exactly. I wonder what question. Right, because you see the way that, because she goes, for me it's Japan, comma, it answers my question, period. So that it answers my question, period, must be a follow-up for me it's Japan. So I just wonder what question Japan answered. And then I like cold weather. It's a short trip, but we went with Pete Banks. Yeah, that's interesting. And then Charlotte said, I like the USA because it was a long trip and we got to go many places together. It's the places where we got to open up to each other. So Charlotte says, I like the USA because it was a long trip and we got to go many places together. And it was the place where we opened up to each other. And that goes back to, that fits my timeline, right? Charlotte said, well, Fa fell in love with her first and then fell out of love. And then Charlotte fell in love with her before I wasn't in love with her. But I go, but if that's the case, then where does June and the USA trip in May? So I like the USA. It was a long trip and we got to go many places together. It's the place where we got to open up to each other. So again, Charlotte says that the USA, now let's break this down, because Charlotte says that the USA was the place where they opened up to each other. Cool. Fa says that Japan and the USA were exactly the same and that they got close. Cool. Japan was just 7 days ago. Cool. Okay. Okay.